Dylan, what were your thoughts on the game tonight? You guys obviously were able to come back there from a couple deficits and pick up a point.
Yeah, great resilience, great team battle, great battle by Talbot to get a point there, and they're a good team in this building, and they're a good team this year. And we talked about their start, their first period, and their power play before the game, and sure enough, that we weren't quite ready and with playing last night, but we battled back from down 2 and then battled at the end on the power play to get one ourselves.
What did you that power play, Dylan? I mean, got a couple of goals, had a lot of opportunities tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of opportunities on the power play, and I think when you don't get a lot, and then I'm talking in games prior games, and you don't get a lot, and then you start getting more, or you get 5 a period like that. It almost you're not ready for it, and that's on us. But I thought 2 big goals on the power play and salvaged a point for our team.
You guys, the game could have gone a bunch of different directions after you guys allowed those 2 early ones to Crosby. What did you like most about the way you guys kind of regrouped and settled back in?
Yeah, I mean, we've played that game a lot in this building in previous years. And they've had that start, Crosby especially, and they're big guys, and it's gone haywire pretty quick. And I liked how we calmed it down. Even when the power play wasn't going early, we calmed it down. We ended up getting one, and came in the room. It was 2-1, and got a bounce in the second, and we just calmed down, and on Todd, on the guys in the room, and it really helped us just play and keep going and get our legs into it, especially with playing last night.
Is that just maturity, Dylan, or what? What do you think?
Yeah, it is. It's being patient. We've talked about it. I think how many games we've played this year. We're confident in our team game, and that's what we didn't have any special performances tonight. It was just a solid team game that got a point. Where we felt like we should have got 2, yeah.
To be able to get 1 point, it's got to mean something, Alex, but not to get the full 2, a little disappointing, or what?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not our best game. But to be able to get a point, and I definitely feel like we should have got 2 there, and this is just the way it goes sometimes, but definitely a big point for us when we're not feeling our best, and definitely didn't play our best. So take the positives and go on the next game, and I think we see them again in 2 days. So
that goal, I mean, what did you just describe? Did you get a lucky bounce there in a way? Did it come off, or what happened to your goal?
Yeah, a quick 2-on-1 in front of the net, and just kind of flipped up and went off the end while the goalie was sliding the other way, so I knew I'd just tuck it in quick.
How did you guys see the game kind of progress after allowing those 2 in the first? It seems like you guys kind of settled things down there.
Yeah, tough start to the game. You never want to go down 2, and then the rest of the period was kind of power plays and not much flow 5-on-5, and second period I thought we played a little bit better than the first.
Does it speak to your guys' resiliency, though? I mean, you guys came back like twice in the game, late in the game like that. That's got to mean something, too.
For sure. It's a huge point to get. Like I said, still a little disappointed in how we played. But some nights, good teams, win those games. And, we feel like we should have won that game, but we can, go win on Saturday and, make it back.
By Coors Light. Todd, what's your immediate reaction to the way that one ended?
It was obviously a real tough start. Took us a little while to find our legs, and we're down by 2 5 minutes in. So I'm happy with the way we stuck with it and battled back. It's an important point for us to get. Not easy playing back-to-back in this league, and especially on the road. So we'll take the point and try and find a way to play a little better in the back end of this back-to-back.
There were a lot of opportunities on the power play tonight, ultimately ending the night 2 for 8, I think. But you saw that you switched up the units a little bit. Just what were you seeing from the power play tonight?
Well, at the end of the night, it was 25%, which isn't too bad. Got us 2 goals. It probably got us a point. Anytime you start a game on the power play 15 seconds, 20 seconds in, that's a tough thing. Guys haven't even touched the puck. They haven't skated yet. And then the second one came fairly quick, too. And we just weren't ready to compete in those situations, I didn't think. So we shuffled the lines up a little bit to get their attention, put them back together at the end of the night, and we're lucky enough to score one.
Does it speak to your guys' resiliency again, Todd? I mean, there are a couple of opportunities there. A couple times in the game, you guys could have, shelved it, but you guys came back hard.
Yeah, it does, but I also think that the more we talk about resiliency, there's a reason why we're talking about it. We're not in a good spot, and tonight's start wasn't what we needed by any means. Whether it was the power play, the penalty kill right after, the turnover in the neutral zone, all that happened in the first 5 minutes. Guys didn't even have a sweat on yet. So the fact that we came back and stuck with it is a real good sign. But there's factors that lead to that resiliency that we have to address.
How often have you seen Sid do that the first 5 minutes of a game like that, at his age and whatnot?
Well, he is who he is for a reason, and those are exactly them. I think he was in on all 3 of the goals. He's so good on his backhand, and he's just an incredible player.
DeBrincat talked about some of the positives from tonight's game. In your eyes, what do you see as some of those positives to carry over, because you guys will face them again on Saturday in your own building?
Well, we'll rewatch the game, and there's areas for improvement. We talked about the resiliency. They're a really good team around the net. They shoot for sticks. There's a lot of loose stuff that's laying around. You can see that on their third goal tonight, and I thought we did an okay job in that area, but we've got to get better. Penalty kill, we gave up 1. Power play, you scored 2 goals. You've got to be able to take it, but there's room for improvement there too.
What didn't you see there on the power play, Todd, or what would you like to see more of, or whatnot?
Well, again, I'm going to repeat myself because we started the night 15-20 seconds into the game, and you go on a power play. You have to be ready for that. It's difficult. It's too bad you can't throw up a white flag and say we'll take it 5 minutes from now. But that just means you weren't real ready to play. And they get confident in the penalty kill, the power play gets frustrated, and it goes from there. But again, at the end of the night, it got us 2. It doesn't matter how, it got us 2, and that's 25%. It's a pretty good number in this league.
When there's as many penalties as there were tonight, is there something to not being able to find the groove and kind of the disconnection of a game like that?
Well, I do think it hurts the penalty kill team a little bit more. They lose players a lot more than we do on the power play. We tend to have more touches and have the puck a little bit more when you're on the power play. So the team that's penalty killing usually gets punished a little bit more, especially that early in the game.